Imagine a world where your fridge suddenly stopped working and there was no repair in sight. Your frozen food starts melting and the thought of warm milk sends shivers down your spine. What would you do? In a quiet corner of India, nestled amidst lush greenery and vibrant communities, there's a place where people have been living without fridges for decades. No electricity, no frozen food, no supermarkets, yet their food lasts fresh and nutritious for months. So the question is, what if we told you that you could keep your food fresh without a fridge? Would you believe it? Welcome to Auroville, an experimental township in Tamil Nadu, India. Here's a secret revealed. This community thrives without a refrigerator. And you won't believe how they do it. Welcome to our channel. If you're new here, subscribe for more awesome videos. What if your fridge stopped working forever? No electricity, no frozen food, no supermarkets. Can you imagine how challenging that would be? Yet in a quiet corner of India, there's a community that's been living like this for decades and thriving. Join us as we uncover the secrets of Auroville and explore their ingenious ways of preserving food without modern conveniences. What if your fridge stopped working forever? No electricity, no frozen food, no supermarkets. Can you imagine how challenging that would be? Yet in a quiet corner of India, there's a community that's been living like this for decades and thriving. Join us as we uncover the secrets of Auroville and explore their ingenious ways of preserving food without modern conveniences. Why they don't use fridges in Auroville. In Auroville, skipping the fridge isn't a survival challenge. It's a conscious lifestyle choice driven by sustainability, minimalism, and a deep connection to nature. With limited access to electricity and a strong focus on sustainable living, the residents of Auroville had to get creative when it comes to storing their food. This unique set of circumstances led them to explore various methods of food preservation, which proved not only effective, but also opened up a world of possibilities that extended far beyond conventional refrigeration. The spirit of innovation has been key to Auroville's journey. The community encourages its residents to think outside the box and come up with solutions that align with their values and respect the environment. One such innovation was the development of the Zeer pot, a traditional Indian clay pot fridge. This ancient technique serves as a natural refrigerator and is perfect for India's hot climate. By harnessing the principles of evaporation and convection, the Zeer pot keeps food fresh for several days without any electricity. To understand how this works, let's break it down. A typical Zeer pot consists of two pots. The inner pot is where food is stored and the outer pot is filled with wet sand. As the water in the sand evaporates, it creates a cooling effect, lowering the temperature inside the inner pot and keeping the food cool. It's a simple yet effective way to preserve food, and it aligns perfectly with Auroville's commitment to sustainable living. One of the best things about the Zeer pot is that it's made with natural materials, clay, and water, which are readily available and eco-friendly. It doesn't require electricity or any mechanical parts, making it an excellent alternative to modern refrigerators. The Zeer pot has been used in India for centuries, and it's still relevant today because of its effectiveness and simplicity. Another advantage of the Zeer pot is its versatility. It can be used to store a wide range of food items, including fruits, vegetables, dairy products, and even meat. It's important to note that each item requires a different storage duration and temperature range. For example, fruits and vegetables can be stored for a few days, while dairy products and meat may spoil quickly and need to be kept colder. It's also worth mentioning that the Zeer pot is not a perfect substitute for a refrigerator. It cannot keep food frozen and it requires regular maintenance. The sand needs to be kept moist and the pots need to be cleaned regularly to prevent bacteria growth. Despite these limitations, the Zeer pot remains an invaluable tool for preserving food in Auroville, allowing the community to enjoy fresh, nutritious food without relying on modern technology. Solar dehydrators, sun-powered preservation. In addition to using the Zeer pot, the residents of Auroville have also embraced another innovative method of food preservation, solar dehydrators. These devices harness the power of the sun to dry food, extending its shelf life without using electricity. There are various types of solar dehydrators, but they all function on the same basic principle. They consist of a box with a transparent lid that allows sunlight to enter. The sun's energy is absorbed by the food, removing moisture and inhibiting the growth of microorganisms that cause spoilage. The process is simple yet highly effective. Fruits, vegetables, and herbs can be dried using this method, transforming them into lightweight, compact forms that can be stored for long periods. One of the significant benefits of using a solar dehydrator is that it eliminates the need for artificial preservatives and additives. Dried food can be stored at room temperature for months without compromising its nutritional value. This not only promotes a healthier lifestyle, but also reduces the environmental impact associated with packaging and transportation. The use of solar dehydrators in Auroville aligns with the community's broader philosophy of sustainable living. By utilizing renewable energy sources and reducing reliance on electricity, Auroville continues to demonstrate its commitment to minimizing its carbon footprint. These low-tech ovens are not only practical and efficient, but also visually appealing, seamlessly integrating into the community's eco-conscious aesthetic. Incorporating solar dehydrators into daily routines enables residents to enjoy the benefits of dried foods year-round, ensuring access to preserved produce regardless of the season. The versatility of solar dehydrators extends beyond food preservation, making them valuable assets for households. So how does one use a solar dehydrator? The process is straightforward. First, the food needs to be thoroughly washed and prepared. Fruits and vegetables should be chopped and spread out in a single layer on the trays. Herbs can be hung from the rack. The dehydrator is then placed in direct sunlight and left to function. Depending on the type of food and the intensity of sunlight, the drying process can take several hours to a day or two. Once the food is dried, it can be stored in airtight containers for long-term preservation. When it comes to rehydrating dried food, simply adding water is usually sufficient. Dried fruits can be soaked overnight, while dried vegetables can be boiled or steamed until soft. Rehydrated food can then be enjoyed as is or used in various recipes. Solar dehydrators offer a sustainable, healthy, and efficient way to preserve food, making them an ideal addition to any household looking to reduce waste and embrace renewable energy. Underground root cellars, naturally cool storage. Another method employed by Auroville residents is the use of underground root cellars for storing root vegetables. These cellars are naturally cool and humid environments that allow vegetables like carrots, potatoes, and onions to be stored for extended periods. The concept behind using root cellars is simple. The earth provides a stable, cool environment that slows down the metabolic processes of vegetables, extending their shelf life. Unlike traditional refrigeration, this natural approach eliminates the need for electricity or mechanical cooling systems, aligning with Auroville's commitment to sustainable living. Constructing an underground root cellar is a straightforward process that can be done with minimal tools and resources. A simple hole is dug into the ground and lined with materials such as stone or concrete. The size of the cellar can vary based on the storage requirements of the community. Once constructed, the cellar provides a cool, dark environment that is ideal for storing root vegetables. The advantages of using root cellars are numerous. Not only do they eliminate the need for electricity and mechanical equipment, but they also maintain the quality and nutritional value of the stored vegetables. The natural conditions within the cellars prevent spoilage and decay, ensuring that the food remains fresh and wholesome for consumption. By utilizing underground root cellars, Auroville residents can enjoy a continuous supply of fresh vegetables throughout the year, reducing their dependence on external sources. This approach also promotes a sense of self-sufficiency and resilience, allowing the community to thrive independently. Whether it's during times of abundance or scarcity, the root cellars serve as a reliable source of nourishment, supporting the overall well-being of the residents. By embracing this traditional method of food preservation, Auroville continues to demonstrate its commitment to sustainable living and its ability to thrive in harmony with nature. Fermentation and pickling ancient superfoods. In addition to the methods already discussed, the residents of Auroville also practice ancient techniques such as fermentation and pickling. These methods not only preserve food, but also enhance its flavor and nutritional value. Fermentation is a process where microorganisms, such as bacteria and yeast, are used to convert the components of food, such as sugars and starches, into other substances, extending its shelf life. On the other hand, pickling involves preserving food in an acidic solution, typically vinegar or brine, to inhibit the growth of microorganisms that cause spoilage. These techniques have been used for centuries and remain popular in many cultures due to their effectiveness in preserving food and improving its taste. By fermenting or pickling food, the acidity levels are increased, creating an environment that is not suitable for the growth of spoilage microorganisms. This results in food that remains fresh and safe for consumption for extended periods. Moreover, fermentation and pickling can actually enhance the nutritional value of food. During fermentation, beneficial bacteria can produce vitamins and enzymes that make food more nutritious. Pickling, on the other hand, can help preserve the vitamins and minerals present in food, reducing nutrient loss. The practice of fermentation and pickling in Auroville reflects the community's deep connection to traditional knowledge and its commitment to preserving cultural heritage. By passing down these techniques from one generation to the next, Auroville ensures that the wisdom of our ancestors continues to shape their way of life. Auroville residents embrace a lifestyle without a fridge. Many residents of Auroville take their self-sufficiency to the next level by going for extended periods without using a refrigerator. This practice, often referred to as the no-fridge challenge, is a testament to the community's commitment to minimalist living and its ability to thrive in harmony with nature. During these challenges, residents rely solely on the food they grow, dry, ferment, or store using the methods we've discussed earlier. This means that they must plan ahead, utilizing the principles of seasonality and preservation to ensure they have a steady supply of fresh and nutritious food. The challenges can last for a few days or even weeks, during which residents learn to appreciate the simplicity of a life less dependent on modern conveniences. They embrace a lifestyle that is more attuned to the natural cycles of the earth, fostering a deeper connection with their environment. It's important to note that participating in the No Fridge Challenge is entirely voluntary and not a requirement for living in Auroville. However, many residents are inspired by the challenge to reduce their reliance on modern conveniences and embrace a more sustainable and self-sufficient way of life. So what's the lesson? You don't need modern machines to survive. You need knowledge, intention, and connection to nature. And there you have it, folks, the story of Auroville, a community that shows us how to keep food fresh without a fridge. Their methods are not just practical, they're inspiring. Who knew ancient wisdom could solve modern problems? Auroville teaches us that self-sufficiency isn't just possible, it's powerful. If you found this video helpful, hit like, subscribe, and comment below. Would you try living without a fridge for a week? Let's start a conversation. Until next time, stay grounded and self-sufficient.